Are you having on members only? Yes, I put on members only. I'm not going to deal with muck. Tammy's still driving. A lot of things happened. Thank you, Erica. A lot of things happened today that you did not see. There's a lot of things. Now, I know what everybody's thinking. The video where Marissa says Romali got caught lying to her subs. All right, a bit of a clickbaity thing, but honestly, I'm going to call it a lie because I say it is a lie. I say that this whole thing is a lie because this woman named Dre McRae has caused such such a mess. For my part in it, I'm sorry. For me, spreading any sort of misinformation, am I sure it's misinformation? Honestly, I don't think it was misinformation. I don't think it was misinformation. I do believe he is gone. As far as the confirmation, I was at Mr. Marvan Sr.'s house today, and you will see that interview soon. It still says pending for some reason. You should have seen it hours ago. And we had some dinner plans for crab and stuff. And I spoke with Wynette, and I spoke with Marvan. Mr. Marvan was completely beside himself. And what do you know? He can't get a straight answer out of anybody. Today, and so after yesterday, with junkies coming by, hey honey, the junkies and that whole thing with that Aline Natal person, Jonathan put up an interesting video of him doxing the fuck out of her. Revenge, good day. I'll play it to say I fucking love ya. Shit on a shingle, cheers. Why, thank you, Revenge. And thank you, Daz. Well, I appreciate that. My wish. Hold on. All right, there's hold on. All right. So with that shit show yesterday that showed up, after Dolly was arrested, I'm sure you guys know all about that. Which I said, and I still say, was an actual blessing in disguise, very disguised. It all worked out. And just to clear up a couple of things with these rumors that are going around, because someone, a Patreon said, hey, Marissa, do you know about this? I did not know that 2 people had given $1,000 to Bullhorn Betty to get him out of jail. Well, guess what? I have a screenshot of the refund that Bullhorn Betty gave back. And then, yes, we did keep the other money. She said to keep it for the food, for the hotel. Betty did keep that. Now, some people have a problem. I'm just going to say it, that I was at dinner with Bullhorn Betty. Okay. This is the thing. Whether you've been watching me for 4 years or not, I'm sorry if you feel like you need to leave me because you don't like the fact that Bullhorn Betty was mean to me a year and a half ago. Well, I forgave Betty a long time ago. I can forgive anyone. She did not kill my dog. She did not kill my child. I have always said that I would always work with her because I do believe that Jonathan, I do believe that Bullhorn Betty always did have good intentions. I do believe that they care. At dinner last night, she said to me, Marissa, I really should have listened to you when you told me about such and such, and I didn't. And I apologized. And I said, okay, it's fine. And she also said, and I really didn't realize how hard that this was going to be. And I told her, I said, Betty, Olivia, you guys have to realize that these people are watching you because you are doing something that they cannot. You need to all, I looked right at Dolly, I looked right at Olivia, I looked at Justin, and I looked at Betty. I said, you're doing what they wish that they could do. I said, Betty, you're a tiny little blonde with a big fucking mouth. I said, you are owning this whole fucking town right now. I said, you got a big fucking mouth and everybody's listening to you. I go, I came down here because you said I need you to come down here and I need you to start yelling. That's why I came down, to start yelling. Now, this is the thing. I don't care what happened with someone that I had a falling out with the past. This is, for me, about a baby who is absolutely 100%, without a doubt, innocent. I don't care if this was the biggest enemy in the world. If you put a suitcase of $1 million in front of me, you will never get me to compromise the morals, the integrity. I would never be compromised to say, you know what? I'm going to side with the mother of that baby. I'm going to side with the grandmother of that baby. You know what? These people have rights. What? Wait, what? Wait, excuse me? I saw the marks on these children. We know the history of these people's pasts. And we've seen the corruption of what's going on in this town. This is not about fucking money. This is not about views. This is not about how many subs you're getting. This is beyond that. And for that sheriff to send a fucking TV reporter to the jailhouse to question Betty. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this fucking guy, all right, that's protecting this bitch for some reason and not locking Leilani up, had the nerve. And I told Betty, I said, listen, motherfucker, you got this. I said, Betty, today, you have this motherfucker by the balls. And you're fighting this sheriff through fucking social media and through the fucking press. I go fucking grab him by the balls and fucking twist him as hard as you fucking can. Just like that. He won't, he's getting, you know what? Fuck that shit. He had the nerve, this reporter, to say, oh, well, you're making money on these. No. Well, guess what? She got advice from a certain fucking crackhead, this grandmother, to turn on the fucking music to demonetize the video. Okay, genius. Well, guess what? Limited ads anyway. We're all fucking demonetized. Even this one, fucking limited ads. I mean, it's true. It's true. Told him, Betty, you're getting donations from around the world, which means there are people in other countries that are watching your coverage of this baby. And then throw it in this motherfucker's face and say, hey, you got a lot of balls asking about the money that I make via donations from crowdfunding for my fucking sweat and my fucking energy and standing in the heat all fucking day while you're on fucking salary. His fucking lunch is paid for and put on a fucking card, right? While he's in the fucking air conditioning and told when to jump. Not Betty. The fucking nerve. And she said, you know what? I said, I'm sorry, Betty, that I interrupted your camera time for that hot little minute. I said, but just remember, you need to keep that in your fucking brain and snap right back then. I said, that's why I don't do one-on-one interviews. I said, but you got another layer of protection right there. This one, the little one, Olivia. And guess what? They're still calling her a fucking heckler. We went to the DA's office. We go right through, we go on up there, and there's this bitch reporter there. Oh. Then with the camera guy. And she tries to act like she doesn't fucking know us. I don't even look at her. I don't like the press at all. I just don't like her. And I'm glad that Betty stood up for her too. Oh, well, what brings you to? Are you part? She goes. Are you guys part of the protesters? And Betty goes, I think you know who I am. She goes. She was a real fucking snotbag. And then the DA. Oh yeah, passing the buck. Oh, wait till you see it. When we left there, Olivia said, you know what? When I get home and I start editing, she's like, I'm not even fucking around anymore. And you want to know something? It has nothing even to do with the crackheads outside that started coming out yesterday. It's not about that. When I tell you that my stomach, and in fact, Buller and Betty pushed me and Dolly together and said, you know, you two get together. And we filmed a piece. And it almost is like exposing the corrupt county. Exposing the very corrupt county. I had no fucking idea. I was like, I don't want to be here. And Dolly was like right there, right next to me. And I said, I don't want to be here, dude. I don't want to be here. Just like that. We went by the house one last time. Walked down, walked back. That's it. Fucking Billy Joel saw us booked inside, right? We just wanted to do one more fucking thing. And then the fucking pervert that kept telling us, well, telling me to lift up my shirt, starts yelling. All of a sudden, total change of attitude. I think Billy Joel must have went over there and gave him a nice fucking rusty trombone or some bullshit, right? You know what one of the neighbors told me? Hugged me and said, I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go. I don't feel safe if you guys, I don't feel safe if you guys leave. And you want to know something? When me and Dolly were standing together, we both agreed that it's not the crackheads that make us feel unsafe. It's actually the fucking police. It's the county police. The corruption in that fucking, I'm like, holy shit. And you think of Savannah as like this great place. I never in a million years thought Savannah would be like this. Never thought. I've only been here twice, but then again, you know. And then when I was talking to Mr. Melvin Sr., I told him, and he goes, I could have told you that. And I was like, well, why didn't you at least shoot me a text? Shit. We had to learn that the hard way. Apparently, we had too many teeth for them. We don't fit in for that part of town. I need another one. Oh my God, that was my last one. So now I'm stuck with the fucking shrimp. Shit. It's a good thing I don't live in the fucking South, I'll tell you that much. Be the size of a fucking house again. No, I call them the Toothless Society of America. Apparently, not a lie. So I'm being exposed as a huge liar. Listen, I can't do text right now. Not right now. Now I'm live. Oh, but guess what? There was also people there with YouTube channels that were being really, really nice to me. And really shitty online. But they were really nice to me to my face. The Toothless Society of America. Okay, so check this out. I put up a video. And it's the sky. Right? You guys are going to love this. I don't like this. Gotta go. It's the sky. And I'm talking to the people that are living around there. Justin, you were there. And then some neighbor is trying to claim on another channel that I'm a liar and that those women aren't neighbors at all. They were. They were. And I just didn't want to show their faces. Just thought it was the right thing to do, but apparently they have been seen many times. But apparently me being there was just a distraction. And to clarify, yes, Aline, crazy ass Aline, crackhead number 2, Aline Natal from Jersey. She's from Jersey. She doesn't live in Miami. She was in Jersey. Got there a couple of days ago, and she did approach Betty with the dogs. She is a former Patreon, okay, so people can understand. That's why I called her a super fan. A super fan is not a Patreon. A super fan is a big, big fan who becomes disgruntled and then goes to hate channels and starts some shit. Now, we're going to play a bit of trivia and some brain games. Who remembers this? Now, I know some people can remember this. About a year or so ago, around the Summer Wells case, who remembers? Her name was that Jersey Style. She had a wrench for a very short time. I had said, she's gone. But then she said, and I can prove it if I can go back that far. She accidentally, after I didn't want her in Patreon anymore, didn't like her because she sent death threats. She was just way out of control. I didn't want her with heels on the ground, especially since we were doing so much. She was like, take me with you, I'll fuck them all up, And I'm like, she was mad. And she left. And I'll say to Mr. She accidentally sent me $100 Cash App. And she said, Molly, I accidentally sent you $100 Cash App. So you know what I did? I went in and I gave her the $100 back. Now, do I think it was a trick? I do think it was a trick. Does anybody remember that? Anybody? Thank you, Jamie. You remember that? Oh my God. You remember that? Oh my God. Yes, that is a super fan. She wanted to be able to say, look at this, you remember that? That's the same lady. That's crackhead number 2. That's a super fan. That's what a super fan is. She wanted to probably trick me into saying, look, this is how much of a bad person Molly is. She knows that I'm broke. She knows that I'm broke and I have nothing but a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Thank you, Blue Ladybug. And I gave her my last $100. Exactly. It is scary. Yes, it is. I gave her last $100 and she fucked me over and didn't refund it. No, I gave it back to her. And that was the last I've ever heard from her. And I never saw her again. So when I was with the officer in that video, I put two and two. I remember I was lifting up my sunglasses. Oh my God. Is that Eileen? And then she goes, Aileen. And I said, she's a super fan. And she goes, was. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, this is the thing. People want to argue under that video and say, no, Marissa, she didn't come there for you because she got there a couple days ago. Well, everybody knew I was coming down there. You remember? Yes. But she knew I was coming down there. And why is it she didn't take her camera out and set up her little camera and her costume and all that bullshit? A couple days ago, she waited for me. So it seems to me like I was nothing but a distraction. So after yesterday, when Dolly had to put up, he had his tent up, when Dolly had to put up, I don't know if you guys know this, but crackhead number 1, especially crackhead number 1, I don't know who the fuck that girl is. All I know is that she's married to a fucking murderer. For all of you channels, for all you loser channels who can't come up with decent shit on your own, you gotta kiss our asses. Why didn't you just fund Michelle? I mean, that would have been Shakespearean. I mean, it would have been beyond. Why didn't you just send Michelle Sabate? Then you would have really had a show. Ta-da! Did I not tell you that I'm kind of like an expert in marketing? What is wrong with you people? You should have just sent Michelle. Shit, dude, those junkies would have let her sleep over. Why is it that they won't let those 2 junkies in the backyard? They're always standing by the fucking gate. Or they never showed you that. Because junkie number 1, the murderer's wife, was sitting in the cow manure that Billy Joel put there. Did you guys, I don't know if you knew that. Did she admit that on her live? I was just wondering. She was sitting with her ass and her she was wearing shorts. The night before we got there, Billy Joel had cow manure, fish, little sardines. Who the fuck eats sardines? Why do you have sardines in your house, you fuck? And what else? Something else that was fucking rank. What else did she put out there? Sardines. What else did she put out there? Onions. See, I take that personally. Did somebody tell her that I hated onions? You crazy bitch. Onions. It was retracted. Well, guess what? The junkies was sitting there. And junkie number 1 was wearing fucking shorts. So she's sitting in cow shit and she had no idea. And then I think it was Justin. Justin says, does this bitch know she's... He goes, does this dirty bitch not realize that she's sitting in a big old pile of cow shit? Dude, I'm sitting there the whole time going like this. Sitting there going like this. You've got to be kidding me. And I'm listening to these crackheads. And Eileen, okay, do I have to do an impression of Eileen? Aileen, whatever the frick she's being called these days. Now listen, I don't have any fucking phentermine, okay? So, listen, if I had a phentermine, I think I'd be able to do it a lot better, but... Oh, let me tell you something about fucking Molly Golightly. That bitch! Oh, that bitch over there! Fuck! Call the police! Fuck! That was her the whole time, and I'm sitting there like this. Why? I think I'd rather deal with Michelle. Why? So I'm like, so when these ranked stank tuna tanks realize that they've set up their movie screens and their bullshit to film us, Dolly puts up his blanket. They start edging closer. Her body shape, Daniel, I noticed Aileen's body shape and I thought of the Planters peanut. I was dying. I said, you know what? and they kept moving their cameras. I'm like, wait a second. This is not a good look. What happens if Mr. Press guy, Mr. Press dude comes and thinks that these two crazy bitches are with us? I said, oh, no, 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 no. I said, this is not good. I'm just a distraction. All this stuff. I go, oh, hell no. Hell no. She had a pool float around her waist. Oh my God. Thank you, LM Sparks. Can I get some likes on the video? I didn't hashtag anything. She had a natural. No, I got the. Yeah, I got some. Thank you for liking it. And thank you for joining. So I said last night, I said, no, we're not going back there tomorrow. So why would we go back there? I said, hell no. I said, I'm not going back to the house. I said, why? So they can just record us? Why? I go, that would be stupid. I go, let's go over to the courthouse and the police and shit like that. Hey, let's go get flipped off again. We talked to the police again today. Super nice. Super, super, super duper nice. Really strange. I mean, they were like a little too nice. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Please explain the back of her pants when she bent over. I wasn't watching. A 1-year paid membership to Dolly Vision. That's hilarious. Thank you. I see you. I am revolted by her. I just honestly, I don't know why they didn't just give the funds to friggin' Michelle. I mean, Michelle was begging for the money to come. She had on Depends. No. Well, this is the thing. I mean, all you needed was to put a bunch of crackheads outside of that house, and now they're standing there alone. And that's what's representing that little baby. So now that baby is all alone. Wherever that baby is.